First at 4, destruction in Ukraine. It's being called nothing short of a nightmare. We are tracking slender hopes for peace and the Ukrainian president's next move to get more help from America. Paula.
Well, the war effort for Ukraine is happening in communities all across Metro Detroit, being performed by people who are navigating their own grief and pain to help others with unimaginable pain and suffering. We'll have a live report.
And it was a very pleasant day today, but you want some real spring weather? I mean, you know, the type of weather where you can put on some shirt sleeves and just go out without a coat? It's coming. I'll have the details straight ahead.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news comes from the investigation into the death of college student Brendan Santo. We just received the toxicology report from his autopsy. You may recall Santo disappeared on the campus of Michigan State University back on October 29th of last year. In January, his body was found in the Red Cedar River. Today, we have learned he had a blood alcohol level of 0.22 when he died. A full autopsy will be released soon. MSU police have said they have no reason to believe foul play was involved or that Santo intended to harm himself. Our other big story this afternoon, there are slim hopes for peace in Ukraine, but Russia continues to pound several cities with airstrikes. This is what war looks like in the capital of Kyiv. That person just walking through a park when a missile lands on a residential building, bursting into a ball of flames. At least 2 people died in the attack. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom tracking the latest. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon to you. The hopes for peace you mentioned are resting on another round of talks between Ukraine and Russia. They'll continue tomorrow, but so far negotiations have failed to stop Russia's brutal campaign, including attacks on the Ukrainian capital. Russia is pushing to take the city of Kyiv, which is a major political and strategic target. Take a look here. This is video of a rescue from that residential building we just showed you getting hit by a missile. Emergency crews rescued 15 people and more than 60 others had to get out of that building. In addition to the 2 deaths, 3 people are also injured. It's easy to see why the Red Cross says Russia is creating nothing short of a nightmare for civilians. We're also seeing drone video of the destruction in the city of Mariupol. Russians have surrounded the city, cutting it off from humanitarian aid. Today's peace talks have raised hopes that new evacuation and corridors will soon be in place to help civilians, although similar efforts failed last week. The United Nations estimates nearly 600 civilians have been killed since the invasion started 19 days ago. About 2.7 million people have left the country running for their lives and to protect their children. Today, First Lady Jill Biden spoke about the carnage in Ukraine at the International Women of Courage Awards.
Like all of us, my heart has ached watching videos of Ukraine. Sick kids fleeing on makeshift medical trains, the unthinkable bombing of a maternity ward, parents weeping over their children's broken bodies in the streets. The senselessness is staggering.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will address members of Congress Wednesday morning. He'll appear via video conference. Karen, we're monitoring the situation in Ukraine, and our coverage will, of course, continue when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. But for now, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Metro Detroiters with ties to Ukraine are watching those events unfold with both sadness and pride to see Ukrainians fighting back against Russian soldiers. Many are looking for ways to help. Paula Tutman is live this afternoon in Livonia to highlight a group raising their voices to support Ukraine. Paula?
Yeah, hi, Karen. Hi, everyone. I do want you to know that just watching the man who owns this house put up that flag was excruciating. And in fact, what he's doing with some of his fellow singers and musicians is also excruciating. Raising money for the humanitarian effort and just the act of rehearsing is difficult.
Okay, the American flag, U.S. flag goes first. This is protocol.
The war effort in Ukraine stretches to Livonia, Michigan, where a grandfather becomes a warrior in whatever ways he can.
Centered, excellent.
Volodymyr Murha proudly raises his Ukrainian flag.
These 2 flags accompanied our concert tour through Ukraine in honor of the countries that we're from and in honor of the country that we're in. Get a little emotional.
And then he shows us the pride of his nation, the Bandura.
G major.
He and his family have family in Ukraine. Some have already made it safely across a border somewhere, away from the bombings. Others, he's not sure about.
We're getting news about people who are victims, and I am just hoping that some of the close friends that we've made in Ukraine have not been affected by this brutality, this ugliness.
As a member of the Ukrainian Bandora's chorus, he plays the instrument, the bandura. More than a musical instrument, but one that is considered the soul of Ukraine, the storyteller that communicated messages to its people in ancient times.
They were like the Channel 4 News crew, and they would accompany their story musically also on the kobza, as it was called earlier.
And so the bandura is once again being pressed into service of its people. Right now, 40 members of the chorus are in rehearsals for a fundraiser. For members of the Ukrainian Bandora's chorus in preparation for this fundraiser, this is their war effort.
It's terrible to watch these scenes, and they're being replayed every single day.
But even in rehearsing, it is singing with agony. Bohdan Prema also has friends and family across Ukraine. When he rehearses, in his mind's eye, he sees the faces.
Having to say goodbye to their fathers, and husbands who are staying behind to fight the enemy is extremely gut-wrenching. I apologize.
Yeah, truly hard to watch. This is what they want you to do. They want you to say the date, April 2nd. These details have just been confirmed. April 2nd, 7 to 9. You can actually go to the Macomb Community College Performing Center of the Arts. All of the money raised there will actually be sent to humanitarian aid. We know there's stories about humanitarian aid corridors being cut off, but a lot of it is getting through. It is making a difference. We go to Poland and actually talk to a woman who made it across the border, who talks about what she saw based on what the folks here are doing to try to do their part for this war effort. Karen, I'll see you back at 5:30.
All right, we look forward to that part of the story, Paula. You can also watch for updates on the war online. Head to clickondetroit.com. In Monday's first forecast, our weather has really been all over the place since the weekend, but if you're looking for a warm-up, you are in luck. Let's check with Paul Gross. I have to say, I dusted off those sunglasses. I'm ready for it, Paul.
Yeah, there were times today where those high clouds thinned out, and we actually had some fuzzy sunshine. Right now downtown, looks like they've thickened up a bit. They're still high clouds. They're just thicker right now. So that's why it's more of a gray that you're seeing. It was brighter just a little while ago as I was watching our sky cam here. But look at the temps. Adrian is near 60 degrees. Port Huron still lagging behind at 48. 54 in Ann Arbor and 58, almost 60 in Detroit, with these generally southwest winds pushing in that warmer air. And you can see those clouds here, these darker shades here. Those are the thinner clouds. We're getting some sun through. And then you can see this stuff right here is just those thicker high clouds, which is a bit more of a milky veil across the sky. So through the evening, we remain dry. Temperatures falling through the 50s into the 40s by midnight. But then we have some 60s to talk about. We'll do that in just a few minutes, Karen.
Paul, right now, police searching for a gunman in the area of Woodward Avenue, just north of Boston Boulevard in Detroit. Late this morning, shots were fired inside the Normandy Hotel. Detroit police confirmed to us the longtime maintenance man of the hotel was shot and killed, likely by a tenant who was being evicted. That tenant ran from the building. Police had to clear the entire hotel to make sure there were no more victims and confirm the gunman had left the building. Police have given the all clear for tenants of the Normandy to return. We will have a live update on the search going on right now. That update comes at 5. There's been a COVID delay in the trial of 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Testimony was supposed to continue today, but the judge ordered the delay on Sunday, saying an essential participant has tested positive for COVID-19. The trial just started last week, could take more than a month. Right now, testimony is postponed until at least Thursday. The state's COVID numbers continue to head in a positive direction, which is good news for all of us. We've seen more than 1,300 new cases in the past 3 days. Daily average of about 455, which is about half of Friday's average. The 7-day positivity rate continues to hover just below 4%. The state also recorded an additional 24 deaths over the weekend, and the fatality rate is now 1.5%.